I don't know if you remember, the first day when I went to the castle, you wrote on a flip chart, and you wrote, I think it's wealth is good, and you walk into the room, it's just 4, 5, 6 of us. You walk in and you're like, oh, you fucking kids all fucking poor. You start with that. And then you said, money is good. And then wealth was good. And they said, super wealth is even better. And I was shocked. Now, you may not believe this, but Dan is actually, he is kinder and gentler today. It's truly, like, swear to God. Back then, he had a whip. He actually whips people in the castle.
That's right. A riding crop, like
yeah, like
horses.
seriously, right? When I say there's no way, like no, trust me, it's really a nicer, kinder than today.
Yeah, I am. You don't notice it because I'm living it. Yes. But now, and one of the reasons the YouTube thing that's on YouTube about why you're poor has gone viral.
Yeah.
It's because I went off on a guy in the seminar screaming at him. About why he was poor. You have a fucking template. You have a motherfucking script that a fucking monkey can read. That Alex wants a fucking case study because he wants to know the shit behind it because he's stupid. And that's why he's fucking poor. You don't need any motherfucking case studies. How many fucking times do I have to say? You have the fucking script. I said, don't change a fucking word on the script. Not a comma. If it's got misspelled fucking words, send it out misspelled. The last thing you fucking need is a fucking case study. This is why you're fucking poor. This is why the cocksuckers watching this on YouTube are so fucking poor.
Yeah.
And how that resonated with the kids. Now, you're poor for the most part, the kids, and again, I call you all kids because I'm either old enough to be your grandfather or father, because your parents were poor, because your grandparents were poor, et cetera, okay? If your parents had been the Rockefellers, the Edisons, the Trumps, the
Hilton.
Yeah, Hilton. Elon Musk. Yeah. Elon Musk is the new flavor of the day right now. I mean, your whole attitude towards wealth would be different. Okay? There's a reason why, and it's considered really politically incorrect, why wealthy people want their kids to hang around with wealthy people. They don't want to hang around with you. And not because there's anything wrong with you, but because their parents and their parents' parents were not a victim, they were a victim of circumstance, but all victims of circumstance aren't bad circumstances. If you were raised in a big house like this, and if you went to school with kids that were raised in big houses like this, your whole attitude would be different.
It's almost you are more casual around the idea of money, that you're not coming from a place of scarcity. Oh, even you saw these books, I won't mention the books, but don't drink that Starbucks coffee in the morning, right? You want to save. Don't fly first class. You get there at the same time anyway, fly coach. Which I think one of the biggest things I learned from you is smelling the leather, explaining the comfort, where you buy that nice suit, even you couldn't afford it first, even it's uncomfortable, because that becomes my new comfort. And you would attract a different group of people. You would hang around with different group of people. When I bought that first expensive watch, it's like, ooh, that's an expensive watch. But then you kind of get used to it. Now I can go back. I can wear like cheap suits. I can wear like cheap shoes and stuff like that, right?
It's at the seminar, the guys and gals are taking pictures around my cars.
Yes.
And when I walk by those cars, I don't even see them. I just, there's
got the Rolls Royce, a Ferrari.
A Ferrari, DB9.
DB9,
and
Bentley.
DB9.
Yeah, Bentley,
and
yes.
Bentley. I don't even look at them that way. And my kids, they go by them and they don't see anything different. When they were raised in the castle, and we had another very large home on the West Coast back when they were growing up, they think everybody,
That's just life.
Yeah, that's just life. And it's what you get used to. And show me your friends and I show you your future. You're the average of the 5 people that you spent your formative years around. self-esteem is built the first 7 or 8 years of life. Okay, who are you around? Mom, maybe a grandparent. Your dad was probably working, if you had a dad. And there's a lot of single parents now, mostly moms, raising kids. And so how did your mom, your older brother, your mother know anything about raising high-performance kids? Zero.
Zero. Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
And so the best thing that you can have is have a mom that was supportive, okay? But, you know, even Charlie Manson, who was a murderer from 50 years ago, his mom thought he was a good kid. So it's tough to get a mom to say anything bad about her kids. So you can exclude your mother. So who else was there to train you? And if love got the job done, there'd be no personal development.
Yep.
There'd be nobody needing a high-ticket closing experience. But love doesn't get the job done, unfortunately. You need more than that. And there's very few people that give that training. Dan Loke is one, and there's a few others, myself included. But unfortunately, when you come to Dan when you're 25, or you come to me when I'm 25, you've already got 25 years of bad experience.
Bad programming.
Yeah, bad programming, and it's tough to break that mold. But it is possible, i.e. with all of Dan's successes. And, you know, and some of those find their way to me, and I'm appreciative of that. But most of the people that are out there, as soon as they find out it's hard, they went out.
Yes. Or they hit the first obstacle, a little bit of resistance. They're like, oh, this is. I'm sure. I think at one of your videos you talked about, even if they attend the castle after the 7 days, if there's one thing they got out of it, say, hey, you know what, this ain't for me, that's also fine. Because now you know what it takes, and there's no excuse of, oh, I don't know how. No one taught me, or I didn't have guidance, I didn't have support. Now you fucking know. There's no excuse, right?
Yeah, and I say you may choose not to use all that you learned, but you can never say, I didn't know how.
Yeah.
Now you know how. We say that there are many instruments in the financial orchestra, but we teach you which ones to use, and you're the conductor now. You're the one that's leading the various instruments. And you will never look at a commercial bank again the same way. We also teach you, commercial banks aren't the only ones to get commercial debt from. Pension funds, etc., our insurance companies also have commercial debt. And right now, they're giving away almost money free. Interest rates are at the lowest in 5,000 years. 5,000 years. And if it's not going to be this way forever, another 3, 4, 5 years. But what are you going to tell your children and grandchildren 20, 25 years from now, when the greatest transformation of wealth that the planet has ever known? What were you doing? Sitting with your thumb up your ass, or were you taking advantage of it? Advantage in a good way. The banks are flush with cash. We have the highest cash ratios since the beginning of keeping records. Flush with cash. Canada, U.S., Mexico, Australia, you name it, they're flush with cash, and it's a time of a lifetime.
The most epic event of this century, the Oscar for high-ticket closers in black, 2019. The $50 billion man, Dan Peña, the king of high-ticket sales, Dan Lok. Get your ticket today.